Cuts it down to a 1-point game. Watson. Sherman over to Mervale. 4 seconds on the clock, short floater. And Myrie all the way to the basket. So it is North possession. London ball. Rose. Mervale swings it round. Sherman from outside, and Oliver Sherman hitting from behind the arc for London. London lead, and all the way to the basket. Oh, pops out, and looking for that not to drop.
That's two great looks from North, but just unlucky at the rim. But that's the difference between them and London right now. London are just trying to get that last little touch off the glass, whereas North are looking to just kind of get a little floater finish, which they can be the more challenging shots to make.
Those balls tipped. Gunnott comes up with the rebound for London. Gunnott takes it all the way. That's short. Ellis handing off under the hoop. Sifo can't get it to go. David Kasama will set things up for North. 6 seconds. Kasama floats it in and banks in. 2 for North. It's a 2-point game. That's exactly what you said they've been doing.
Yeah.
Stepping back from outside. And Rose increases the lead for London. He's got 5 points. Ellis powers his way to the basket. And Rose will set things up for London. Watson scoops it up, but it's too strong. Gets his own rebound, and another chance for London. Mervale. Not that time. And Rose back down the floor for London. Oh, a fantastic finish from Rose, and Luca Rose has certainly come out with intensity here early on. 7 points, and gives London a 5-point lead, 13-8 as we've got a timeout called.
Yeah, we're seeing similar things in this under-15 boy final to the game that we just watched with the under-13 girls. London are playing with a lot of pace. They're trying to push the floor. They're trying to turn over the ball on defense by putting pressure on the ball handler early, but also as soon as they get the ball, they've got runners trying to stretch the floor. So it's clearly something that they're trying to carry throughout all of their teams, but it's really paying off for them at the moment.
It's really interesting, is it, as well, because you'll see teams playing with similar styles across, sort of build a name for themselves in their style of play.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's a really good way to be, because actually, even though it is like girls and boys, they're not necessarily going to play on the same teams or anything like that, but you kind of create those characteristics that you can use to your advantage, and actually they showed it against South just before. Other teams really struggle to match that. If it's something that you kind of do week in, week out, practices, scrimmages, all of that, other teams just can't match it. So yeah, they're doing a really, really good job of playing to their strengths at the moment.
So teams back out on court, 1:45 to play in the first quarter. As a reminder, we are playing 6-minute quarters here this weekend. And we'll have a substitution for London as Daniel Kelman checks in. So it's North possession. Kasama finds Ellis. Campbell deflecting the shot, comes up with the steal. Has Kelman. Kelman hanging in the air, not that time, but Campbell finishing on the putback. Kasama looking to set something up. Pulls up from deep, doesn't drop. As the ball goes out of bounds, London will have it. And we'll see some quick substitutions here, won't we, across the course of this weekend as well. Obviously the 6-minute quarters, but coaches want to use the rotations and want to get players a chance to get on.
Yeah, definitely, especially with it being a final. There's probably going to be nerves coming into this game, so those quick rotations, subbing players in and out, doesn't allow them to kind of get too emotional or too invested in the game. So it can be an advantage, but also other players, like what we're seeing with Luca Rose currently, he's feeding off that energy, like he's loving it. So they want to feed the other players off the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Each individual, depending on whether they're handling the pressure or not.
Because it is completely different for every single person out there, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Especially at this age, for some players, it's their first experience of this sort of intensity of competition, and it can either be a good thing for them or it can be like a bit too daunting and too intimidating. So you want to keep an eye on those individuals. Hence why we've got so many assistant coaches on the benches, keeping an eye on everyone, speaking to them on the bench when they come off.
And making sure it's just a good environment for people to learn it.
Yes, for sure.
So North forced a turnover. Ibokwe to the basket, can't get it to drop. And at the other end, Wilkinson pulls up. Won't fall. Daniel Booth for North. Ethan Brown back to Booth. Ellis waiting at the top of the arc, shot spins off the rim, but Daniel Booth hustling for the rebound and getting North's second chance. Wilkinson to the basket and fouls on the floor. So it will be London ball from the end line. And over on the other court, South and London under 15 girls have just tipped off. So referees just gonna talk something over here, but big thank you to everybody watching live on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe. You can stay up to date with all the action. We've got loads more to come today and tomorrow. Coming up after this game, it will be the under 13 boys final, and that will be South against. We don't have that set yet, but we will let you know as soon as we do. So South moved on to the final by finishing in first place in their group. But back out on court, 14.4 seconds to play. London ball. Kelman has it. Kelman lines it up. It's off, and it will be North ball with 7.8 to go. Five seconds. Ellis steps back, threes up, off the back iron. So at the end of the first quarter, it's a 15-8 lead for London over North. And London certainly came out strong, and with Luca Rose leading the way. with 7 points for London. They've come out with real intensity.
Yeah, for sure. They had a couple big shots at the beginning of the game to kind of set the tone. But I feel like North are doing a good job of they're doing a really good job at settling, not letting that rattle them too much, and actually trying to find their own shots, their own pace in the game. It'll be interesting to see if they can kind of keep Luca Rose kind of on an island for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just see if it was a bit of a fluke or if he's going to continue that the whole game. And then trying to stick to their own game plan on offense, because yeah, it can be really rattling when you've got a player that's going off and hitting everything. But yeah, the game's not over yet. We're still very much in it.
A lot of time still to play.
Absolutely.
So it'll be North possession to start us off for the second quarter. So North looks to get the ball in. And so we'll take it from the end line. But if you lost your hotel room key, someone's found one. So back on court, it is London ball. London with a 7-point lead here in the second quarter. This is the 5th annual Aspire All-Star National Tournament. Teams have been playing across the year, playing in 4 super regions, the North, South, Central and London, across the under-13 and under-15 age groups. And, you know, only in its 5th year, Eve, so it's a relatively new tournament, but gives players an extra opportunity in the season. You know, we see junior Final Fours, we see the England's and under home nations, tri-nations tournaments, but just another opportunity for players to play.
Yeah, absolutely, and just another way of mixing up the groups as well, just seeing other players coming together, building those connections, allowing coaches opportunities to have different roles as well. It's all good things, and it's good that we're getting more and more of this to kind of set the tone for this is how we want basketball to be in the UK. We want it to be competitive. We want it to have these big events where we get loads of spectators in. We want to kind of create that as the new norm. So even though it is a new tournament, each year it's...
And we've got specially designed kits as well, so they've had an upgrade since last year, and I'm liking these designs that they've got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kelman swings it round. Oliver. Campbell. Cross-court pass over to Kelman. 4 seconds, Kelman can't get it to go, but Campbell's there to clean up the glass. And a big rebound from Max Campbell. And Campbell, such a presence inside, like we saw with Ara James in the South game just before, but he really uses his size really well and able to finish strong under the basket and get those rebounds. Yeah, for sure, and he's doing a great job of kind of getting to the glass, even when his teammates are trying to drive in. He's not getting in their way, but he's still there for the rebound. So yeah, he's doing a really good job of moving off the ball. As Campbell has it. Gunnar. Round to Kelman. Kelman thought about it. Gunnar's there, 4 seconds. Gunnar skipping to the basket, too strong off the glass. And a foul will go against London, so it'll be North ball. Both teams on 2 team fouls. So North ball looking to chip into this 7-point London lead. Corker to the basket, and Patrick Corker puts it down to a 5-point game. Oliver. Wilkinson driving to the basket, and a tough finish from Jody Wilkinson. Cordy O'Brien gets it over the halfway line for North. O'Brien stops, turns, fires, not that time. And it will go back with London. Substitution for North as David Casimir comes back in, along with Daniel Booth.
I was just trying to listen into North coach there on what he was seeing wrong with the North defense there, and he's talking about not getting beat middle, which is like a lot of coaches will go with that mentality, and you're seeing it a lot. London are doing a really good job of just faking one way and then getting that easy blow by in the middle, which puts so much pressure on the defense. So yeah, I can sense his frustration on that one.
So he's trying to get them to counter that.
Yeah, just forcing them to the baseline, getting them away from the key. Obviously, you've got the sideline and the baseline as extra defenders almost. So as soon as they go to the middle, it kind of messes up the whole groove.
And how I don't want to say easy, but how difficult is it, or easy is it, to change that kind of mid-game when your coach is telling you to do that? Obviously, we're saying we've got 6-minute quarters, you have a lot shorter half-time, and maybe you don't have that time to adjust, so you've got to kind of be really receptive to be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes it's bad habits and it's not necessarily been picked up yet because they are still so young. And if it's that, then it can be hard to adjust in-game. But sometimes it's just nerves and like that lack of concentration because it's a big day, and sometimes that little reminder is that actually, yeah, no, I do know how to adjust to that. So it'll be interesting to see if certain individuals can make that adjustment in the game. If not, that's something you'd want to see from them as they go through their careers.
And a fantastic finish there, Arias Sifor with the reverse to bring North back within 5. Oliver. Great ball movement here from London as Watson takes it, and he's fouled on the shot, so Will and Watson will go to the line. And this is something I've seen with London, so this is the 3rd time I've seen them today now in the last 5 hours. Their ball movement's really quick, it's really snappy, and they just move it really quickly round the outside to either get a look or they're going to then drop it back inside. Yeah,
and I think, to be honest, that's probably why North are struggling with the stopping them going middle, because the ball is moving so quickly, they're having to adjust as the ball moves, and then it's moving again before they've even got there. So they're actually just chasing it rather than being able to get in front and change the direction of the play. So it's more of a case of, okay, can they predict where the ball is going to go and move as it's passed rather than after it's passed?
Be proactive, not reactive to it.
Exactly, yeah.
It's very difficult out there, isn't it?
No, definitely. Especially, like you said, the pace at which London are playing at the moment, it can be hard to keep up with that.
So Millen Watson playing for the London Elite, playing in the EYBL for the London Elite, where he's played at the under-13 level as well. As he gets the second to go, 7-point London lead. 3 minutes in the half. Castleman. And a foul on the floor. 4 referees will talk it through. Coming up after this game, we'll have the under-13 boys final between South and London. So carry is called, and it will be back with North.
Possession goes back to the London, 2 minutes, 57 seconds left.
So Luca Rose, 7 points today for London. Wilkinson. Wilkinson stops and pulls up. That's short. I think someone got a hand on that. As Ellis takes it all the way to the basket. 2 free throws to come. As Blake Ellis playing for the Manchester Magic. Under 14s this season had a 50-5-0. That's a lot of points. Have you ever scored 50?
I've had 45.
Oh!
Yeah, not quite 50 though.
If you round it up, it's basically 50.
Yeah. I should have just said yeah.
Were they all threes? Or like a lot of threes?
A lot of it was just layups.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
the other team struggled to get the ball past halfway, so it was more just a steal, layup, steal, layup.
Ah, so that's harder because you're going to get more.
40 minutes of layup lines. Yeah.
So we've got a timeout called. 2:35 to play here in the first half. London with a 21-14 lead, and they've been led by Luca Rose for London, 7 points personal, and for North it's been Rares Sifor with 6 points. And we saw London, they came out really strong, and as we've said, they're moving the ball very quickly. And North looking to try and chip into that. It's only a 7-point deficit. You know, we're heading towards half-time. They'll have literally 3 minutes to talk things over. But what do they need to do here just to kind of not let this lead get any further?
Do you know what? I think I'll probably echo what the coach is saying defensively about not allowing London to dictate which way they want to play, because they're getting everything they want on offense. Yeah. They're not being forced out of position very much. So it's more just trying to, like, okay, can we jump in the passing lane, force them baseline, maybe force them to pass when they want to drive. But then offensively, they're doing a great job. They're getting some good looks. It's more just remaining composed as they get to the basket and expecting the contact. Like we said earlier, these referees, like, they're doing a fantastic job, but also they're aware that it's quite a fast game. So there's going to be a lot of contact that goes without a foul.
Yeah.
So they need to be able to play through that.
So Ellis hits the second free throw. And Rose will set things up for London. Ball's into Campbell. Great cut from Watson on the baseline, out to the corner. Wilkinson leaves it short. As Ellis over to Booth. Back to Ellis. And a kick ball, so North will keep hold of it. Blake Ellis is such a threat. Stands at 6'10", obviously a really strong inside presence, but he's got that outside shot as well. And much like we were talking about earlier in the girls' game just before, he can do everything. So it makes him difficult to come up against.
Yeah, I think it's one of the great things about this next generation of players that's coming through. A lot of the coaches have recognised that they might be really tall at this age group, but actually as they get older, people are going to catch up with them. So even though 6'10" is really tall, regardless of how old you are. But no, it's good that he's able to learn to use that height to his advantage.
As the ball's loose on the floor, Daniel Booth has just been chasing after that ball. And Luca Rose at the other end gets his own rebound, out to Wilkinson. Wilkinson steps back, lines it up and drills it from outside.
Yeah, London are doing a really good job of just sticking to their own game. They're playing with a lot of freedom. I think I'd like to see North putting a little bit more pressure on the ball. Around the three-point line, dribble the ball however they please without a lot of pressure. But it'd be good to see them, North trying to just stop that from happening, seeing how they handle the ball, how they move it when there's that pressure involved as well.
So North ball from the end line. O'Brien to inbounds. Finds Ellis. Ellis working against Campbell, fading away. Shot spins out, but Siphon able to finish on the putback. And Sherman, blocked by Myrie. And it's a 9-point lead for London. And we've got a timeout called, so teams will talk it over. And over in the under 15 girls game. Oh, no, sorry, that's under 13 girls. It's under 13 girls. North and South are playing, and no, they're not. I'm not sure who's playing. That's not. They're on the screen right. That's not the game I have on my schedule, but that is what is happening over on court one. London and South London have a 14-7 lead in the under-13 girls game, and London having just played just before as well. It's under 15s, not under 13s. We figured it out. Don't worry, everyone. It's fine. London and South
It's
under
been
15
a long
girls.
day. It's been a very long day.
We got there in the end.
We did the way we were just doing.
So North will go to the free throw line here, looking to cut into this 9-point London lead. And it's Kobe Myrie with a chance at the line here. Myrie playing for the Sheffield Elite this season. Has 2 points today for North. So
He's got 3 fouls.
good. One more to come. And doesn't get a second to drop, but the offensive rebound to North, so they'll get another chance. Can't finish. Rose has it. And foul goes against North. So that'll put them on 14 fouls. London on 5, so any foul London commit puts Sherman into Rose. I've really enjoyed this link up here between Oliver Sherman and Luca Rose. As Rose goes all the way to the basket, not that time, gets his own rebound yet again, and Watson's there. 3 seconds out to Sherman, leaves it short. But I feel like that's a connection that they're going to build if they're going to get the opportunity to play at this kind of level with each other. Luca Rose playing for the London Thunder, Oliver Sherman for the Richmond Knights. So again, rivals, but when they come out on here, it's been really fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think rivalries at this age actually make the best sorts of pairings as they get older. So hopefully they can really build on that. And then, yeah, it'll be exciting to see how they get on.
And the drop inside from Sifor. It's a 6-point game, 6 seconds in the half. Rose has it. Rose spinning, hanging in the air. Doesn't get it to fall at the buzzer. So at the end of the first half, it's a 24-18 lead for London over North. We're going to take a quick break for half time. We'll be back with you in around 3 minutes' time. So we are back, ready for the second half. It's the under-15 boys final between London and North. London with a 24-18 lead as we head into the third quarter. And as a reminder, we are playing 6-minute quarters. You've not missed 4 minutes. They've not disappeared anywhere. We're playing 6-minute quarters, so games a bit more condensed than usual, but still lots of exciting basketball out there as Wilkinson shots off the rim. So North looking to chip into this London lead. Ball's over to Brown. Out to Myrie. Into the corner. O'Brien doesn't get it to go. And cleaning up the glass, Antonio Cadet and Herrera there doing a really good job on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they did a great job crashing the boards, not giving up on the play.
And Bordy O'Brien takes it to a 2-point game, and just like that, within less than a minute, it's down.
Basketball was such a game of momentum. Like you could tell that London was starting to lose it in the end of that first half, and North have done such a good job to just kind of take advantage of that, and we're getting close to a tie game.
And Luca Rose in off the window. And I guess in normal circumstances, you'd have around 10 minutes at half-time to kind of slow that down and make some quick adjustments, but you only had 3 minutes here, so that's a bit of a different situation, whereas for North, that looks like it certainly benefited them.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's like one of the great challenges of tournaments like this. Those short breaks can either be an advantage for someone where the teams where you want to keep them hyped and kind of keep them hyped throughout that period. But actually for other teams, it's like, okay, how can we maximize this time to chill, reset, and go in with like a clear head before you go into the next half?
Because as well, teams are obviously staying on their benches, so you don't even kind of get that time just to maybe switch off a little bit from the noise, the energy of the crowd. It's very, very intense.
It's really intense, but it's also so good for players to learn the skills in which to do that in an environment that's not beneficial for it. Because actually, when you do these international tournaments, when you're in countries and sports halls that are like super intense, you've got like, this is quiet compared to some of the stuff you experience in Europe. So for them to get a bit of a taste of that now, they're developing those skills for when they're going into other parts of their career. And it should be a lot easier for them, which is really good.
That is really good. Does it help you kind of tune it out a little bit? Because I mean, I can hear a drum just in my ear.
Yeah, no, I mean, I keep getting distracted by the music as well, so I can't imagine how hard it is for them. This is like a walk in the park.
So North down 4. O'Brien for 3. And ball will go back with London. So a 4-point London lead over North. The under-15 boys final. And coming up after this game, we'll have the under-13 boys final. Luca Rose pulls up. As Brown takes it. Cadet to O'Brien. Back to Brown. Brown running to the basket. Gets the rebound. So 2 free throws for Ethan Brown. Getting a chance to take this back to a single possession. And Ethan Brown playing for the Sheffield Elite under-14s program. Also playing under-16s as well. Had a 31-point game against Leeds at the under-14s level. And dynamics at tournaments like this, at the Aspire All-Star National Tournament, can be interesting, can't you? Because you might be the main scorer on your team in the regular season, and you come up against a lot of other players that are also the main scorer on their team. So some players might be playing a slightly different.
Players are able to adjust that and kind of go, okay, I have skill set A, B, and C, but actually one of my teammates, their C is actually way better than mine, so I'm just going to kind of focus on A and B. It's about that selflessness and also thinking, okay, it's a team sport at the end of the day. How can we come together to make ourselves the best unit possible?
Absolutely. As Rose spins, great pass underneath the basket. As Oliver adds it in, and there from Rose, the awareness to pass out to his teammate. As Ellis takes it, can't get it to go. Oliver driving baseline. Watson runs into traffic out to Rose.
That was great defense from Ethan Brown there. Didn't get phased at all by the isolation.
Just standing his ground.
Yeah, and he just kept a really good position, kind of forced him away from the basket and forced him to put up a tough shot.
Watson. Not that time. North have it. It's a 6-point London to O'Brien. Brown. And a travel called against North, so London will get it back. Now some substitutions for both teams. So Rose will set things up for London. And a foul against North. That's their first, so both teams on one team foul. As Tate Mavale checks in for London. So London sideline ball, end line ball. Do you prefer inbounding from the end line or the sideline?
Oh, got to be sideline. Yeah, end line. I always get overwhelmed because you got the backboard in the way, and you're really close. Yeah, and you're really close to the basket as well, especially if it's not your half and you're inbounding like on offense, but it's their offensive half. Oh,
that's dangerous.
Pressure.
But London do get the ball in as Wilkinson finds Rose. Rose back to Wilkinson. 5 seconds. Wilkinson fires.
It looked good. Looked like it was in.
It did, didn't it? As Myrie for North takes it. Oh, blocked by Watson. Millen Watson. Corker to inbound. Oh, great finish under the basket from Sifor. 4-point London lead. Kelman. Watson has it. Oliver. Out to Wilkinson. And that'll be a travel call. So North with a chance to cut this down to a single possession. Corker working against Mavale. Kasama has it for North. And Wilkinson secures the rebound. Oliver will take it across the court. Kelman. Wilkinson. Again, it's this ball movement from London. They really get everyone involved on the offense.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of moving the ball, kind of running down the shot clock and trying to expose the mistakes from the defense as well, because the longer they've got the ball, the more they move it, the more likely they're going to highlight a mistake on North's defense.
And a really nice finish there from David Kasama, takes himself to 4 points for North. And Watson at the other end can't get it to go. Kasama has the rebound. Kasama takes it all the way, not that time. And it's picked up by Sifor. But David Kasama playing for the Leeds under-16s, but also under-18s, and that's really playing up.
Yeah, no, I noticed that on this, because actually one thing I recognized early on is he'd made a couple mistakes, but he was straight back in it, and he didn't seem rattled at all, which again just comes with that experience of playing with older players. And in practices, especially if he's training up with the under 18s, he's going to be having that. He's going to be making mistakes all the time, because that's just the nature of playing with older, more experienced players. So it's a really good skill to have at this age. And like you've already seen, he's made mistakes in the beginning. He's gone off for a few minutes, reset. He's come back in, and he's done a fantastic job of changing that. So yeah, it's really, really cool to see.
And that's all part of learning, isn't it? You learn from you make a mistake or correct it, and that's how you learn and you get better.
Stage, because that just means that you're being challenged, you're being pushed, and like, not to highlight I feel like all I was talking about then was mistakes. Like, he's doing a fantastic job, but it's just one of his strengths right now is the fact that his mentality is strong enough to be able to handle that even in a final
level as well. So that's a real impact he's making on that team.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really like found his feet in the game. So it's really cool to see.
As Oliver lays in 2 for London.
Those are stats that you would be surprised to see from a 18-year-old in under 18s.
Let alone an under 15-year-old.
Yeah.
North can't get it to go with time running down, so 0.2 seconds here. London will inbound. And again, so David Kusama, a player that will have different roles playing under 16, under 18 than out here at Aspire. So that's something that his teammates will see, and his willingness to be able to do what he needs to do to get his team in a good position.
Yeah, absolutely. And the coach's job of trying to put him in the best position to score. So it's just how can they find him the best opportunities to do that.
Definitely. So London will inbound with 0.6 seconds. Are we gonna get a full court lob? Let's see. Campbell into Oliver. Oliver from the halfway line, and that one won't go. So at the end of the having been led by Luca Rose with 9 points, and Danny Oliver with 6 as well, and then it's Reyes Sifor with 10 points into double figures for North. And David Kusama and Antonio Cadet on 4 points each for North. And this has been a relatively low-scoring game by both teams' standards. We've seen London putting up the points. We've seen North do it. But is that maybe a defensive thing that we've been seeing? Or maybe teams are playing almost a third game of the day?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a combination of everything. Also the nerves of it being a final. We're seeing a few missed easy buckets, which again we've got fatigue to consider, as well as the heat in here. Like, not only are they more energy than normal, so it definitely lots of things to consider. But also got to give them credit defensively. Both teams are adjusting well. I think North have done a fantastic job to adjust within the quarter to kind of put pressure on London. And London have been playing fantastic defense throughout, crashing the boards every time, just like we've seen there.
As Mavale up ahead down the court, can't get it to go. Kusama takes it, scoops it up and in, and it's a 2-point game. 6 points now for Kusama. But he scored at the time that his team really need him to. As ball goes out of bounds, and it will be North possession, so they're going to have a chance to tie or take the lead here.
I think that's something that we were just speaking about there. He'd missed a couple layups in a row, but he's on a fast break, 2v1. He's got the confidence to go, actually, no, let me take this shot. I know I'm going to make it. And ignoring the fact that he missed the previous 2. So, yeah, definitely a rising star right there.
Definitely, and it's going to be so exciting to see what he does in 1, 2 years, let alone 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I forget that under 15s is like, I mean, I wasn't even playing at under 15s. I hadn't even started. It's
exciting, isn't it?
It's exciting. It's scary. I don't know.
So London at the foul line. Luca Rose for 2. And Rose playing under 14s for the London Thunder as well as under 16s, but really dominant at the under 14 level. A 68-point game against Essex in round 1. 46-point games. He likes putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, I think we've got a few of those players on the floor right now that their job to come out and score. And do you know what? They're doing that.
And they're doing it very well.
Yeah.
So Rose extends the lead to 3. Just a single possession. North have cut into this deficit. Kasama steps through to the basket. Gets the whistle. So David Kasama, 2 free throws to come. A player that played for the under 13 North Aspire program last year. So one of the players that has been on this stage before moving up to the under 15 age group. And doesn't get the first to fall. One more to come. Oh, I like this free throw technique. Second doesn't drop.
Never seen that before, but I like it. Something different.
Kelman round to Rose. Gunnar. Back to Rose. Rose looking for a screen. And finds space. Shot bounces out, gets his own rebound though, and twists and turns his way inside. Draws the foul. So he'll go back to the free throw line, and a substitution for London. So Rose with 10 points leading the way for London. Whereas Siffel with 10 points for North. Hits the first. Takes it to a 2-possession game. And Rose was named under 14 MVP in the April Combine at the UK50 Showcase this year. And doesn't get a second to drop. 4-point London lead. Kasama into Sifford. Doesn't get it to drop, but finishes on the putback. To Sherman.
I'm surprised he didn't go that one himself.
Oh,
but
he wanted the 3.
Yeah,
he wanted the 3.
Do you know what? I won't say anything. He's done that to me 3 times this game. It's like the opposite of the commentator's curse.
Isha calls that the commentator's blessing.
Yeah.
But Luca Rose just on fire from everywhere on the floor. Up to 14 points personal. 3-point game, 35-32. London leading North in his under 15 boys final. Rose hangs in the air, that's too strong. Pass is whipped down the court, and O'Brien stops. Can't get it to fall. Sherman finds Rose. Kelman lines it up. As North back on the attack. Siffel calling for it inside, straight to the hoop. And whereas Siffel's done a really good job of running that lane to get the ball inside.
Yeah, it was a great job on Podio to find him as well.
1-point game, Kelman. Rose has it, and London whistled for the travel. So North a chance to go ahead here. We don't have the sort of the score at the end of the quarter, but I feel like we're North down double figures at one point. Was that this game, or am I mixing it up with another game?
I don't think it was double figures. That was the girls' game before, but they were. Kasama directing his team.
Sifor, back to Kasama. Kasama through the defense, and the putback is good from Sifor. North take the lead, 1 point game.
Is this their first lead of the game?
I feel like it is, or maybe they had an early lead to start with. Oh, the rejection at the other end. Where is Sifor? Back on defense. Yeah, unless they scored for, it's been a London lead for the majority of the game. And a timeout call, but they have done a fantastic job of coming back into this and taking the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they've chipped away slowly, and this game at the beginning looks completely different to what they out and score. And even though he's doing that, he's still doing that a lot. North are sharing the ball a lot more. Everyone's contributing. Everyone's a threat. So I think at the end of the day, that's always going to win over one person being able to do everything.
It's flipped a bit, hasn't it? Because we saw that really quick ball movement from London, like you said, and they seem like they've gone away from that.
Yeah, they've kind of just, maybe it's like a lack of confidence thing, or just, I'm not sure. North are doing a much better job of putting pressure on the pass, which is what we spoke about earlier. They were kind of just, at the beginning, allowing London to do exactly what they wanted to do. They were finding there was no pressure on the pass, no pressure on the ball handler. Now they're starting to see that they're kind of a little bit more reluctant to pass the ball. They're trying to find one person that's not going to lose it. So it can be either. It can either be like a lack of confidence from London, or actually just the defense is forcing them to play out of their ideal style.
So let's see what they can do coming out of this timeout as Sherman into Rose, and that was a foul on the inbound, so a holding foul. Oh, what was it? Offensive foul?
Offensive foul, yeah, from London.
So North will take it from the sideline. Ellis into O'Brien. 2:10 to play in the fourth. 1 point North lead. O'Brien to Sifor. Kasama swings it round to Brown. Brown driving baseline. O'Brien's there. 5 seconds. Kasama. Ellis to the basket. Drops it in. And every single player for North touched the ball on that possession.
Yeah, everyone was unselfish. They ran the shot clock down right to the last second and then gave it to the best guys for that type of finish. So really good offense from them.
So they take a 3-point lead. Ball's loose. As O'Brien able to come up with it for the North, but that'll be a backcourt violation. That's tough. He's trying to save it, but we'll just step backwards and forwards.
That was the right call. Even though the majority of the crowd is not impressed, that was definitely, well,
it's what happened.
In my opinion, that was the right call, even though there is a discussion for the rest.
You can see it there. It's just a slight step. It's the heel over the line, but it will go back with London. But Cordy O'Brien just really hustling to keep the ball with his team. So sideline possession, 91 seconds in this under-15 final. Watson has it. Mavale. 7 seconds on the clock. A deep three from Mavale. It's off the rim. And he gets the ball back for London. Mavale takes it to the basket. Kasama has the rebound. Hands off to Brown, ball's in and out. And Rose will set basket. And a block by Ellis as O'Brien lays it in with a reverse point game. Watson. Over to Rose. Sherman. Campbell working under the basket, that's too strong. Blake Ellis has done a fantastic job defensively there. As O'Brien foul call defense.
Yeah, I think that was a bit personal from Campbell after not necessarily getting the call down the other end. He came back down that. He charged down the court like he was not having it.
So Cordy O'Brien at the free throw line for North, and they have had a huge comeback here in the second half. They've swung things round, and it's a 5-point lead. 18.7 seconds on the clock. And Cordy O'Brien, playing for the Manchester Giants this season, hits the first free throw. Stretches it out to a 6-point lead. And gets the second, and I think that shows you how much support there is for North here, and just the crowd was just so quiet during that free throw. So London need to go quickly. Rose, 3 doesn't fall. Ellis has the rebound, and North can hold here, but London will foul North with a 7-point lead and just under 5 seconds to play. Oh, we've got a timeout, so we'll have something drawn up here. But North are going to come out on top in this final, and what a real comeback from them.
Yeah, no, fantastic. And I think we spoke about it early in the game, about how strong London were, how they were dominating, how they were controlling the offense. And yeah, I'm going to give credit to the coaching staff actually for North, because I was watching him at the beginning part of this game screaming across the court, and he was telling them exactly what they needed to do on defense. So yeah, no, it's really impressive to see, and like it's all credit to the guys on the floor to be able to make those adjustments within the game. I know we had our concerns that maybe they wouldn't be able to do that, but no, they've done a fantastic job with that, especially with such a strong London team that have been scoring some of the most crazy baskets as well.
So 4.8 seconds. Let's see what North have drawn up here, as they will have the ball from the sideline. So 5 seconds away from crowning the winner here at Aspire in the under 15 boys competition. So O'Brien will inbound. O'Brien holds it, so congratulations to North, a come from behind win. They are your under 15 boys Aspire All-Star champions for the 2026 season, and a real comeback from them, a real team effort as well. We've seen them spreading the score around, but Rera Sifor, 18 points personal, just really dominant inside.
Yeah, no, they've done such a good job. Last quarter of the game, he was so composed on defense. He was not only contributing on offense, but he was able to kind of control the excitement, especially from his teammates, which shows a lot of leadership. And it'll be exciting to see what he can do going into the rest of his career.
It certainly will. And London, obviously, it's all these players that we see, we'll be seeing a lot more of them as well. And they've put on a real show throughout yesterday and today as well. And London, you know, they were so strong in that first half, came out really firing.
Yeah, no, they definitely came to play. They showed out. Like, there's no discredit to how well they played. They stayed with them the whole game. They put a lot of pressure on North, and they stressed them out a lot in that first half as well. So yeah, there's a lot of positives to take from that game. And actually, it's a similar to the first game we watched today with the girls. Like, actually, they're probably going to go back to the drawing board and think, okay, what we do best worked best for us, so how are we going to carry that into the next game and stuff like that. So even though they're probably disappointed right now and it's a bit of a harsh game to lose, there's so much to take from that that they're going to use in the future.
And if we look down the scoring, so leading the way for North, it was Luca Rose with 14 points. And Danny Oliver adding in 6 points for London. Sorry, leading the way for London, it's Luca Rose. 6 points from Danny Oliver and 5 points from Jodie Wilkinson, and then those massive 18 points from Rera Sifor for North, and 8 points from David Kusama. And Blake Ellis with 5 points. And Blake Ellis with 5 points, but did such a good job inside getting those rebounds for North. So we're going to have the presentation of the winners' plaque. And teams will come up to collect their winners and runners-up medals. And then coming up straight after this game, we will have the under-13 boys final between South and London. So teams will stay on court for the presentations. And a big thank you to everybody who's watched live on the Basketball England YouTube channel. We've got all the action from the main hall this weekend. If you've missed any of the action, you can go back and check it out. We'll be back here tomorrow from 9 o'clock. Tomorrow on Sunday with the under-13 girls. And we'll have the under-13 and under-15 girls finals tomorrow. But right now, the under-15 boys teams going to collect their runners-up medals. It's London. And again, as you said, like, they played a really tough game. It's disappointing to lose when you get to a final. They played fantastic basketball all weekend, but there's just so much more to come from them.
No, absolutely. And I think, to be honest, losing games in this level at this age is going to make them go back to the drawing board over that off-season, work harder, and not want to feel the disappointment of losing again. So it's only adding fuel to the fire, really. So I just wouldn't want to come up against them next time.
That's the thing, isn't it? When you've been on the stage and you're like, okay, well, I know what to expect now, and I know what it's like. And I always think you do tend to see, sometimes you'll see teams that make it to a final and they might lose one year, but then next year they're the ones that come out on top because they know they've got that experience and know what it takes.
Yeah, and they've got that hunger as well. Like we see it a lot in kind of academy level as well. There's a lot of rivalries, and yeah, it's usually the underdogs that have a bit more like fire in the belly kind of attitude. So yeah, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of young talent in that team. And yeah, I think it'll be really, really cool to see where their careers go.
Definitely, and then we look at North, a really well-deserved win for them, going out on top 42-35. Down earlier on, and maybe like a little bit rattled to start the game, weren't playing their style because of that intensity from London, but they really settled down into it and let the game kind of come to them and finished. We saw it towards the end there, just moving, every single player touching the ball on the possession. Yeah,
absolutely. I think it was a really mature win, which I think is probably a funny way of putting it, but the way that they didn't even get a lead until late in the last quarter, and you've got to the last quarter and all of a sudden everyone's contributing, everyone's touching the ball, they're using the whole shot clock, like they're not rushing. It just shows that there's a lot of maturity within them, even at a young age, because you tend to see when it gets to the last few seconds of the game, people start rushing, forcing it, trying to get the glorious shot. Like they didn't do that at all, which is just really impressive.
It definitely is, as they come up and collect their winners' medals. So coming up next, the under-13 boys final. And that is due to tip off at 4 o'clock in around half an hour's time. And over on the other court, it's a 37-27 lead for London. London over South in the girls' competition. So North will come and collect their winners' plaques.
To the coaches. Got it? Got it? Would you like to step up? North Lions, big
And lots of support for North in the crowd. As North are presented with their winners' plaques, so your 2026 Under-15 Aspire All-Star champions are North. Congratulations to them. You can see the team celebrating. And a really strong win against an incredibly tough London team, able to come out on top and led by Rare Sifo with those 18 points. So congratulations to North. Up next, we'll have the Under-13 boys final. So we're going to take a short break and we'll be back with you very shortly.